All right, y'all. Two P's in a bong in the building again. It's your boy DP.
It's your boy KP.
And hoping the Lakers figure it the fuck out. It's your boy Bong.
Yeah.
Oh man, before we get to the Lakers, the other LA team, the Clippers, just won 105 to 102 over the Denver Nuggets. So, um,
The other
KP,
white meat.
KP, you made a prediction.
Yeah, clipping on fofos. Yeah.
Okay,
I said that the Clippers will come through with a win tonight.
they needed it.
Yeah.
They needed it.
And and there were some things that I actually said that the Clippers needed to do. Um, and they actually did it. They didn't do everything that I suggested, but one of the things that I suggested was they needed to get Kawhi Leonard more shots and more involved. In the first game, he shot the ball 15 times.
Hmm.
Him and Zubac shot the same amount of times. And I think Zubac's a hell of a player, but Kawhi Leonard needs more touches than Zubac.
Now,
And both,
question: do you think that's more of a um, scheme or a schematic thing in terms of like the coaches, uh, game plan, or do you think it was just Kawhi Leonard didn't decide to assert himself enough in game one?
I think that when he was asserting himself, he turned the ball over. He also had 7 turnovers. But I think that even if he's not asserting himself as a coach down the stretch, you need to make it a point to run the stuff for him to get the ball. And they didn't do that enough.
So, well, see what they were doing in the first game, which I thought was actually effective. It just came down to James Harden kind of lost the ball a couple times down
Yeah.
the stretch too in the second half, but they were running this like double staggered, and it was at the top, um, near the top of the 3-point line,
Mhm.
and it was to Harden's left. I guess maybe he likes to go to his left first to kind of start
Yeah.
the play or whatever. So they'll run the double staggered. So if he comes off the first screen, if he has the three, he could take it. If the person his defender is still there, he can go off that second one. Now he's pretty much in the paint. He can make a decision, lob to Zubac, pass out to Powell at the three or whoever else is Bogdanovich at the three. So the ball in his hands was a cool, situation. Um, it's just it started falling apart. When
Yeah.
it all falls down, and it
As
fell
my
Hey,
as
and
my
don't
mom said, the bottom fell out.
Oh yeah,
and,
oh yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Bong. My bad.
and don't get it twisted. They tried to trick this one off too.
Oh,
Um,
and it would have been typical Clipper fashion, dog.
I'm
Yeah.
sitting here like Kawhi is cooking. You guys are up 3. He hands the ball to James Harden and just goes off to the corner. And you could tell when James Harden gets the ball, he's almost like, and he's trying to get it back to Kawhi. Kawhi's like, nah, I'm over here. Harden doesn't know what to do, so he's dribbling out the clock. He puts up some bullshit,
Yeah.
and Denver goes down and has 2 cracks at it to get into overtime. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They missed both wide. I think one was wide right, one was wide left. But
No,
I mean,
one was way off. You talking about the Christian Brown was
yeah,
way off.
Hmm.
shit, they was both way off.
Yeah.
Jokic shot was way off too. It was just one was
But
wide right, one was wide. Them
now
shits was both off.
let's say his name right. In this game, he was Yuckage.
This dude right here.
Hey,
Yuckage.
listen,
Oh
it
man.
was and he had you guys talked about Kawhi in game 1 having 7 turnovers. Uh Jokic or Yukic as KP prefers to call him. He had 7 turnovers this game.
I'm only
He
calling
was
him that for today. That's
he
it.
was he I mean he still had his triple
Triple
double,
double. Yeah.
but he missed I think like 4 he was 4 either 4 of 8 or 4 of 9 from the free throw line. He
Hmm.
missed a lot of free throws. Kawhi, this
Why
is
became God tonight?
hey, let me
What up,
say
Scotty
this.
boy? What up, Scotty boy? 36 in the
Scotty
building.
Boy was in the feed earlier talking.
Yeah. I heard
Terrible.
him getting busy with you.
Yeah.
Kawhi, and I think I'm really mad at Kawhi for allowing this narrative to be created. Everybody in multiple group chats that I'm in tonight, everybody's like, "Oh, Kawhi has been that guy."
Yeah, he just
Like, this is
doesn't play.
he just don't play. So when you don't see him play for damn near 2 years, it's almost like, oh shit, he got this in his bag.
And I was sitting hoping, I'm like, just please stop the talk, because Barkley was saying it, on TNT, and they were just talking about it. I'm like, look, don't jinx the situation, dog, because I
When he
don't
missed
want him to.
when he missed two in a row, I said, ah shit, here we go.
Just on his health side, though, I don't want him to
Oh,
like
okay,
like
yeah.
because they're like, man, he's been out, he hadn't played much, and there's no rust, and this is the healthiest I've ever seen him, and I'm like, okay, cool. But I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, they were like, man, he must have been playing somewhere. I don't know how he doesn't have any rust. Where's Kawhi
well,
been at? He's the only guy
well,
that takes time off and
I
gets better.
I would think that he is working out, right? I think he's still, you know, sharpening up the tools. He's just not playing
Yeah,
in the
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
yeah.
right? So I don't think it's like he's just sitting on the couch somewhere like we are.
And and the
Shit.
and the beautiful basketball thing about Kawhi is he's emotionless. Hey, bro, never
Oh,
like he's never getting high, he's never getting low. It's just the
yeah,
same even kill. Like you can't tell that he had 39 and that he was cooking at no
right,
point.
right,
Besides giving somebody dap, going to a timeout, it's like it is what it is.
right. So I mean, they gonna need every bit of what he brings, dog, because um before they went into the series, I was telling y'all I didn't know how they would match up with Denver. Um, they should have won the first game, the Clippers, right?
Should've.
They were up by like what, 14, 15, something like that,
Yeah.
15, yeah.
right before the half. And we were texting in our chat, and I was like, why hasn't Lou called a timeout?
When they went on
Like,
a 12-0 run.
man, why
Yeah.
why let and listen? He is who he is for a reason, has his job for a reason. Who am I, to criticize, but we all have our opinions. I was like, man, what are we doing? Like, why not just call a timeout? Like, you got a 15-point lead. If it got to 8, I'd probably be like, timeout.
Hey,
Let's talk
he
about this.
he is a Phil Jackson disciple. He played under Phil Jackson for the Los Angeles Lakers. Phil Jackson notoriously was known for allowing his players to play through those things. Even, they're the other team is on a
Yeah.
crazy run, and Phil Jackson is not burning timeouts. He's letting them figure it out on the court. So, you gotta. There's some of that. There's some,
But you know, but you
yeah,
know what?
some of that
Though?
though.
When you say burning, you can't carry those timeouts over. At that point in the game, it was down to like the last like 3 minutes or so. Just
Yeah,
just take one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Take one. If they score, take one. If it's the scenario I'm talking about, and then you come out with an 8-point lead, you come out and execute and possibly go up, 11 or 10,
You,
depending on if you hit a 2 or 3. Now you kind of swinging it back to in your favor. But they just, when you're playing at somebody else's house and you let that shit go on and on and on, like shit like that just starts happening.
you know what a college coach told me, man? He said, I don't like calling timeouts when the team goes on a run because I don't want them to feel like they got the edge and they got the advantage and they're hype. So I like to wait till we score one time. If they go on a 10-0 run, I'm going to wait till we finally score. And after we finally score, then I'm going to call a timeout. I'm just telling
Hey,
you.
look, they think they kicking your ass every time they keep scoring, whether you think they are or not. And so
absolutely.
does the crowd, because they screaming their ass off too.
I'm just telling you what he told me. I was like,
Hey,
oh.
real quick, hot take from Scotty Boy 36. He says, hot take: if Kawhi never got injured and stayed with the Raptors, he would be considered better than LeBron. You guys agree or disagree with that?
more would have had to have transpired. So when Kawhi won in Toronto, when he went to the Clippers, had he have bought a championship to the Clippers,
Now you
then
talking.
then we
Now
have a
you talking.
debate. But because that didn't happen,
Yeah. We were just talking about momentum with teams and runs.
yeah.
Kawhi had some momentum. He
Oh
had a run,
yeah, he did.
and
Oh
then
yeah,
it kind of slowed down,
yeah,
when they didn't make it happen with the Clippers. And also what was going to hurt him too. And he's saying if he never got hurt and stayed with the Raptors. But legacy wise, since he did leave and played with Paul George and
yeah.
they had those teams, that's going to hurt too. But um if he would have been
Hey,
winning with the Raptors, man,
and
still
again,
not better than LeBron. No, no.
history will never see it. History will never see it for what it is, right? Years from now. But if we're being real with ourselves, if KD doesn't tear his Achilles, was it his ACL or Achilles?
Here's Achilles.
Achilles.
If Kevin Durant's Achilles doesn't roll up in his sock, um, Warriors beat the hell out the Toronto Raptors that year. But that's
Look,
neither.
I even after that, Klay Thompson tore his ACL. So I like
Yeah,
they still might have had a
Yeah,
chance
yeah,
with
yeah,
Durant hurt.
yeah. It
yeah,
was. It was just the stars aligned, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So
yeah.
shout out to Kawhi. Um, Speaking about the Golden State Warriors, I know Scotty Boy 36 is a Golden State Warriors fan.
Mm.
Man, can we give it up one time for the greatest role player ever, Steph Curry?
Oh my
Big,
god.
big, big.
Oh my gosh.
This
K,
dude right
K,
here.
Oh my
KP and DP both say that Steph is being led by Draymond Green. So to the greatest role player
Hey
in
man,
man.
you be putting super extras on stuff, dog. You be putting. Hey, I can't do nothing. Hey, on the
god.
rewatches, I can't do nothing but laugh at this nigga Bong. Like you are putting super extras on stuff.
Oh man, come
I
on, man.
I do think, and I'm not gonna go into it. I do think that Draymond is the leader, but that does not mean that he's leading and scoring and all of that other kind of stuff. And that doesn't mean that Curry's the role player or whatever you want to call it.
The Warriors go as Steph Curry goes. Steph Curry is definitely the engine in whatever vehicle you want the Warriors to be. Uh,
Yeah, and that's
Jimmy
and I don't disagree with that for sure. But go ahead, go ahead. My bad.
and Jimmy Butler is a great second option. After game one, I don't know if you guys listened to Charles Barkley talking to Steph Curry in the post game interview.
Yes,
They
I
had
did.
Steph on TNT, and he tried to shade Jimmy Butler. Like, come on, Charles Barkley, what the fuck is wrong with you? He was like, "Hey, I know it's great to have Jimmy Butler there. He'll never be as great as you or anything like that." But he was, and Steph was like, "Bro, like, what the fuck?" So, I mean, he obviously a trained trained public speaker. He was like, man, Jimmy's the man. He led his team. He's led teams to the
Yeah.
finals. He
Yeah,
can.
they need
I
him.
don't
Yeah.
I
They
didn't
need
take
him.
it as shade. I
Well,
didn't
I
huh?
mean, to say that
I,
kind of is. What's the point in saying that?
Barkley was trying to instigate.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely.
saying, what's the point in even in
I don't
mentioning
know.
that?
I don't know. When I was thinking, I thought Barkley was like, I'm trying to give Jimmy props, but I don't want to give him more props than you right now because of what you did. That was what I was thinking when he was saying it.
Yeah. I mean, Jimmy. I mean, obviously, Jimmy Butler is not as good a player as Steph Curry. So it's the truth. But you don't say it. It's not proper etiquette for you to say some silly shit like that, Barkley, because now you're trying to potentially, if you put the wrong person in front of the camera,
Yeah.
now you create a rift, right? And now keep in mind, Golden State had KD. KD was somebody who listened to everything and he parsed through words. Hey, I'm gonna dissect what he say. How'd he say that? So like with somebody with a sensitive, what I'm saying, that has that doesn't have tough skin, like
Yeah,
that can be something where what I'm saying, like that can cause some kind of chemistry issues with the team. Scotty Boy 36 said, "How you let KD steal the Finals MVP?" You know what? He's talking about Steph Curry and
Because KD was
because
cooking.
yeah,
KD had won the first Finals MVP, and the second year it seemed like there was a push to get that one to Steph. Once they start manufacturing things like that, like first off, there's too much pressure. Like you're putting too much pressure on yourself when it's like, hey man, we're going to give it to you this time, and it's not happening organically,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I think he struggled. He struggled um, in one or two games in that
yeah,
final
yeah.
because of it.
He had
So
a
it's
big game, and he had some shitty games.
But then look, that makes me ask this question: like, what the fuck do you think? People, nobody really says this, talks about it like a shot on his legacy. They're putting him up there as the greatest point guard of
Yeah,
all time. They're saying put him on, Mount Rushmore and take off
who
Curry.
now
Curry. And
again.
I'm saying it could be said, hey dog, Iguodala won the Finals
No,
MVP.
no, no. That was the one
KD
that was
won the
that,
Finals
that was
MVP.
the one that was the one that I'm sitting here looking at all the finals voters and said that was fucked up. There's no way Iguodala was the MVP over
And,
Steph. And
and
they
I
were
know,
considering,
I
and,
know.
and keep in
I'm just
mind,
saying.
but
the person who had the second most votes
yeah,
in that finals was
that
LeBron.
and that's really what it was. They gave it to Iguodala because they didn't want to give it to LeBron. That's what it was.
Right.
Because LeBron was the best player in the finals. And they want to keep the mythological thing of Jerry West being the only NBA player in the history to ever win a finals MVP without being a finals champion.
So
And
they
with that,
gave
sentiment, then it still is that. So then you have, let's say, there's a population that agrees with what you just said, KP. Now you have people who are still saying that Steph Curry shouldn't have got it.
but
Yeah.
again, if you give it to LeBron, that's fine. What you want to give it to LeBron as a like some token shit, some shit that you can look back 50 years from now and laugh with your grandkids and say, "Hey, man, I was one of the guys that voted for LeBron to win the Finals MVP when they lost the damn championship." That's fine, but to come in and say, "Hey, we're going to give it to Iguodala because he held LeBron to like 36, 9, and
Yeah.
8,"
Yeah.
is stop.
Laughable.
Stop.
Laughable. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Laughable. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they definitely shitted on Steph Curry in his first NBA Finals championship. Iguodala will, like he was a beneficiary. Sometimes what did we just say about Kawhi in that championship? Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Right place, right time. Iguodala gets inserted in like game 3, and somehow he wins Finals MVP.
You could argue, and we're going way off topic, but you could argue that Kawhi Leonard got a Finals MVP in San Antonio guarding LeBron James as well.
And LeBron put up numbers in
Yeah,
that.
same thing. Yeah, same thing, dog. Like
Okay.
I remember at one point watching it, thinking Boris Diaw might get a Finals MVP. Like, wow, this dude might get the final, and it ended up going to Kawhi.
Yeah, that was typical Spurs basketball. That shit boring as fuck.
Yeah.
But okay, so yeah, I mean, you got Golden State, man. Steph Curry put on the show that was one for the ages. I think
Oh yeah.
coming off of a game where Houston held him to like
Hey, listen,
three.
Houston was literally holding him though. Like,
Yeah,
do you see
yeah,
the defense that they're playing on him?
right.
They're hugging, they're cuddling with Steph Curry.
Yeah,
They
Not
need to.
that's
not
respect.
coddling,
They need to.
cuddling.
Yeah,
And
they
that's
need to.
respect. And I think didn't Steph get into it with Ime Udoka Like,
Yeah,
they had a
yeah.
little
but what I'm
exchange.
saying is, so it's a little bit of there's a little bit there on Ime Udoka's side too. It's personal, right? He feels some kind of way about about that relationship with Steph against Houston, and it felt good to see Steph get one for the old guys because down in Los Angeles, LeBron definitely could not say the same.
Oh man, wait,
Mm.
before we translate, transfer, excuse me, to the Lakers, I gotta say a couple things about this Houston game.
Okay.
So Jalen Green deactivated his Instagram account. I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. Brother was 3 for 15 from the field with 7 points.
She
First playoff game.
Yeah, man, but I mean, look, man,
It's a fact. I'm just telling. I'm no excuse. It's just
don't
first playoff
deactivate
game.
your account, brother. Keep your account up, man.
Yeah, don't go with the extras. I feel you.
Yeah, don't do all, man. Just go out there and
Yeah,
play,
just be
brother.
you.
You you've played well all season with that Instagram up. Just come on, man.
Let
That's
he
added pressure. Don't
he's
do
the
that
kind
added pressure.
he is the kind of guy that will that could have a game like that and then the very next game give you 30, 40. Like
True.
he's had some inconsistencies, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not always going
And,
off, but
and Jalen wasn't the only one. Fred Van Fleet, 4 for 19.
has Van Fleet done what you expected him to going over to Houston?
Van Fleet's he's been pretty well. Uh I'd say he's a glorified role player. He's a champion.
They brought him in to be a veteran in the locker room, to be a voice for a young team. Um, him and Dylan Brooks came in to be like the gritty veteran guys.
I,
And
He's done
I
that.
he's
and
played a role.
I'm just saying, like he's
He's
one of those
paid
dudes who's
he's paid
capable of
handsomely for it,
yeah.
right? Playing his role. Um, so what do you say? Jalen Green is a finger painting nail punk. Yeah.
Who said that?
Scotty
Oh,
boy.
yo. Oh,
Hey,
whoa.
Oh,
Um,
Dizzle would have been
Detroit basketball.
hey
I'm
they
not. I'm not gonna call him a finger painting punk, man. I'm not gonna do that.
He does paint it.
Scott hey
Hold
Scotty
on.
boy 36 say he got his opinion, huh?
Yeah,
He does, no.
his
He does
nails.
paint his fingernails.
Yeah, he does
That's a
paint his
fact.
nails. Yeah, he does.
It's a trend that I guess that's kind of popular with the younger kids. They're
Some of the younger kids.
some of the young
Yeah,
side,
some
some of
of
the younger kids, man.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to the young guys like Anthony Edwards that's still keeping it kind of manly. I think he was having a back and forth
Oh man, Anthony
with a
Edwards
LA with a
is
LA fan, and he's off the chain.
a
He
mhm.
lunatic.
he started off by telling them that Rudy I guess they were clowning Rudy
Yeah,
Gobert, and
yeah.
Rudy Gobert so soft he ain't gonna say nothing. So Anthony Edwards is like, oh, he got 200 million. He got 200 million. So I
Rudy,
guess the dude,
Yeah, Rudy had to give him this.
yeah. So the boy, I guess the dude kept chirping, and Aunt Edwards
Mhm.
was like, my dick bigger than yours. I was like, man,
Whoa.
Yeah, they said it multiple times.
where did that come from, bro?
Yeah,
So I
in a
guess
circular motion, grab your
Grab your
ball
balls
and your BB.
and say, I know you want these nuts.
hey, so
Number
listen,
5.
so
What
again,
movie is
I
that
have
from?
number 7. Grab it for you.
so
You remember
I
what
guess
movie that's from?
no.
Absolutely. Sprung.
Yeah,
So
Sprung.
I guess you can have one side of the spectrum, which is ultra machismo, right? Macho man and Aunt Edwards, or you can have the nail painting guys.
Mhm.
Uh, Dizzle say he got it, sprung.
Yeah,
Um,
Dizzle got it.
Yeah.
my boy Dizzle, man.
Hey, good. Shout out to your squad though, man. They look like they got a chance, man.
Detroit
Like a
should
real
be up,
legitimate
should
chance.
be up 2-0.
Oh yeah. Listen, since we talking about this game, like I sent y'all a message. I like watching Jalen Brunson. He could hoop, like no
He's a
doubt.
hooper.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's just the calls that they give him, dog, like these phantom calls, and it just turns into the antics and the flopping and the I'm trying to draw the fouls and all of that stuff. And it just is it's hard to watch sometimes because it's like, come on, dog, that's not a foul. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
No. And I think
unpopular probably for some
I'm,
people. Like the
was
Knicks
I was
fans will
waiting
probably be like, forget that dude. But
like
come
the
on,
Black
man.
Love movies, man. It's tired. You know, they
Yeah,
always that man, like, that's tired, man.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say this, man.
yeah. They brought it. They got him back in the game. The refs.
You can hear the electricity or feel the electricity even through the TV in the Knicks arena. And I think refs are human. They get caught up in, you know, not the rapture, but they get caught up in the emotion of the game and hearing the crowd and understanding, like what this shit feels like. And I think that momentum stuff is a real thing. Like they really, I mean, you'll see referees on one side of the ball letting somebody get mugged, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Hey,
like
Cunningham took some of the same type of
Yeah,
fouls, quote unquote, that
that
and then
one
Brunson
call.
was taking.
go to the other end, and a simple bump is a foul, and it's like,
Right.
oh, and the part that makes me sick about it is that Brunson, every time he did it, he'll let you know. Oh, like when he fouled out Thompson, he's like, oh, that's six.
Yeah,
Hey, they
six.
60 on the
Yeah.
floor. That's three
Yeah,
shots. Like, man,
yeah,
get your what I say. Get your punk ass up. It ain't even wet over there.
man.
my neck, my neck, and my back.
Man, it
I
seemed
want
like,
150,000.
oh, we could sell them right now out of court. Yeah,
Oh shit.
the it seemed like the referees let New York every fourth quarter hack their way back into the game. Like,
Absolutely, absolutely.
or go on and start hacking. We just gonna turn
Yeah.
our head. Didn't see
Yeah.
it.
Because they were down by how many in the first game, in game one? It was double digits.
They were,
Double
yeah,
digits, same
going
thing.
into the fourth, they were down by 8.
And
Okay.
you just
They
let them walk.
came
You
back.
let them walk teams down, and then you're not letting other teams get into any kind of rhythm. So, you know what I'm saying? For New York, it's like, hey man, every single time, all we gotta do is put a shot up. We know a whistle coming, or they're gonna give us the basket. On the other side, it's like, hey man, this is New York playground basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Have fun.
yeah,
Hey, but listen, they got to go back to Detroit, and don't take this as disrespect, Dizzle and the rest of the Pistons fans, but I know they've been out there thirsting
Oh
yeah.
for
yeah,
something
They had the
good to
long,
happen.
they
they
had the
gonna
longest drought. They had the
Yeah,
longest
yeah,
drought.
yeah.
Yeah,
So they gonna be
they
amped.
gonna be they gonna be out there with the Cartiers, what they call them. Dizzle, what they call the Cartiers out there? What they call the Cartiers out there? Look, man, they got a is that Detroit? Yeah, it's in Detroit where they have like the fan cam, and like when they get the front row, everybody be iced out, like the kids and
hmm
the women and up the Cardis.
The
Yeah,
Cardi.
yeah, yeah. The wood frames, man. So you know what I mean, but um, yeah, man, Detroit.
He said,
I'm
or
happy.
buffs, Cardis or buffs.
Buffs. That's what it is. The
Yeah,
buffs. Is yeah. Just because you got some Cardis don't make them buffs. Yeah, man. So um the buffs, they gonna have the buffs. Everybody gonna have they the now later Gator zone. But
hmm
it
yeah.
should be
It's time for
fun,
some
man.
action, man.
It should
It's
be
man.
time to
fun.
get busy.
It
What's
should
his
be
name?
fun.
Cade was cooking tonight.
Oh yeah,
Cooking
he's been cooking.
33 and 12. One thing, I do want to shout out Detroit in their rebounding today. Tobias Harris, 13 rebounds. Jalen
Uh,
Duran, 13 rebounds, and Cade Cunningham 12
Yeah,
rebounds.
shout out to Tobias Harris when you can, man,
Like,
because he
yeah,
he don't he don't get no kind of love. Everybody, most people seem like they feel he's an underperformer.
you know what it is? Tobias Harris has big first halves and doesn't come through in the second half. Like in the first game, he had 22 in the first half. Guess what he finished with?
22.
I think he finished with like 25, 26.
Nah, but he's one of those dudes who like he has game, dog.
He
Like
does.
he can get busy and he can do a lot of versatility.
Yeah.
And it's just, you have high expectations.
You talking about
So
Tobias?
Yeah.
yeah, so
Tobias
when he doesn't, when he don't come through or whatever, then
When
it's
he
just
left,
like this nigga.
when he left Philly, wasn't his dad saying something like, um, he was done, he was treated unfairly in Philly, and you know what I'm saying, he could still ball. I think his dad came to his defense over however he left, whatever terms he left. He must have left on bad terms in Philly. I
Mm.
think when they kind of took that team apart,
Yeah.
everybody left on bad terms, right? He was out of there. Harden was out of there. They kept Embiid, which, I mean, you have
Yeah,
to.
they were going to. Yeah, I
You
was gonna
have
say they were
to.
going to do that.
This motherfucker gets his cues from Kawhi. Um, and then brought in PG. I know the Clippers like, gosh, we got lucky with that one.
Yeah, but
Kept
shit.
Kawhi, and PG fell apart. And
Mhm.
man, it was so crazy. I forgot who it was. It was an NBA player was on a podcast, and he was talking about how talented that team is, how talented the team of
The
Joel,
Sixers.
Joel Embiid and Paul George would be, but that those motherfuckers wouldn't make it. He said they wouldn't make it. They was gonna run out of gas. They didn't have any heart. They didn't play with any you know what I'm saying, with any enthusiasm or
I can't remember who it was.
you remember that was earlier this year. I mean, it was at the top
Yeah,
of the season. Top
Yeah.
of the
I,
season, he called it.
Yeah.
I
And
think Paul George shut it down because
have knowledge on your body if we're not going anywhere.
right, right.
Yeah, yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, Evan, light
Evan
skin.
Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Evan
yeah,
Turner.
yeah.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep, yep. Absolutely.
Hey,
Yep.
Evan Turner be having some cool takes, man. Like he'll say what the fuck he feels too.
He
Yeah,
does.
Like,
for
He
sure,
does.
for sure, for sure. But
um,
I mean, so hey, that's 1-1. New York and Detroit. That's 1-1. The Clippers and the Nuggets. That's everything else is 1-0, right? That was the only
Yeah, those are the only teams that
yeah, that
play.
was only second game
Yeah.
series
so,
games.
so then tomorrow's 3 games, correct?
Yeah.
So you have um
You got
somebody playing with
Lakers,
NBA TV.
that's the Indiana, Milwaukee. That's the NBA TV game.
which Indiana's probably gonna take care of them.
I don't think.
Is,
You don't
is
think
Dame
so?
coming back? Dame
Yeah,
is back tomorrow, right?
they're coming back. Yeah,
They better win.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Hey, listen. We were talking about it was gonna be hard to beat Boston, right?
yeah.
Boston, I'm gonna say this. Jaylen Brown does not look healthy. Like
Jay
100.
Brown?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you they said he had to get his knee drained or something like that.
Yeah, nah.
Um
He looked all right to me.
he Man, it was times where it looked like he was doing what he needed to do,
Hmm.
but not what he's capable of doing. Like for instance, the lob, he's just going and laying it up. He went to the basket, got the squeezer two-hand dunk. He's not looking as explosive as he normally does, right?
I agree.
And
Yeah, I
and
agree.
there were times where I was watching the game and then I was like, damn, what's up with Jaylen Brown? And it seems like he's kind of foot off the gas a little bit because he can now. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So he's not going as hard as he he knows he can, or that he needs to when it's gonna be time to get busy, because they're gonna need him. Just watching them, like, they're gonna need him. Who keeps coming through for those motherfuckers?
Derek
Derek
White.
White.
Yes.
Derek White. Derek
Derek.
White and Holiday are they make it possible for them to do what they do.
You,
Hey, Jaylen Brown, first and foremost, is a black man trapped in Boston. He puts a ham sandwich. Excuse me, he probably doesn't eat pork. He puts a turkey sandwich in his lunch pail, uh, a bottle of water, and a piece of fruit, and goes to work.
puts on that hard hat.
Puts on that hard
Yeah,
hat,
put it on.
come home and complain to his wife. Hey, listen, man,
Yeah.
that motherfucker don't want to be there. He's
Hey, look. Hey, look. Scotty Boy 36 says if Brown doesn't play well the rest of the finals, or the Celtics don't win the chip this year, he's out of there. I'm
oh
telling
yeah,
you. Now, but
absolutely.
we kind of said that last time, right? We're like, if he don't, if they start like coming up short, he would be the first one that they ship out of there. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
if you got to start the rebuild, so to speak.
They gonna
They definitely ain't giving up Tatum, so that, you know.
they're not gonna send him to Atlanta either. They're gonna be like, where can we send him?
Right.
Send him to somewhere wider. They're gonna send him to Utah.
Utah.
Yeah. Like a deal with Danny Ainge.
Oh shit.
Let me send you over to my Mormon brothers.
Yeah,
Utah.
yeah.
See how your little black road show goes there.
Hey.
Man,
Oh, shit.
did you see the things with Jason Tatum?
Hey, Sacktown is purgatory, Dizzle. It seemed like that's where they sending motherfuckers to just die. Like,
Did
Hey,
you
Scotty Boy 36 say Utah for Cooper Flag.
wait, you said what though, KP? My bad.
did y'all see the things with Jason Tatum?
And his mom?
Well, I'm gonna get to that, but did
So I was about to say what exactly?
you see the first one when he fell and was like hurt, grabbing his wrist,
Oh.
and his
Our,
coach was like, "Get
man,
up!"
my brother came and showed me that. The trainer was getting ready to walk out there and he held him back. Like, no,
We're
get
not
up.
running the timeout.
Hey,
Get up!
hey, so does he have like that? This you got the juice now. Does he have the juice to be like, get up? Like, you think they respecting him like that to where it's like,
Yeah,
okay.
I think. Look, I think it's a combination of. I think Jason Tatum might be a mama's boy, and it's you know nothing wrong with being a mama's boy, but when you got that happening, your coach like you're not hurt, get up, and then
But I mean, I'm just saying. I only ask you that because Missoula has like the tough guy
or
kind of, yeah.
approach,
Yeah, exactly. Look, you already getting your eyes wide, right?
You need to let the NBA players fight like hockey. Yeah, he's that guy.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think the players look at him like, man, that over the top shit, or they really look at him like, all right, coach? Like
I
when he was like, get up, you think they're like, all right, coach?
I think they were.
You think it's the all right, coach? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the all right coach when he was telling Tatum to get up. I think, I mean, because think about it. I remember Derek White like a year ago or 2 years ago got his teeth knocked out and still played.
So what did he tell him? They're only teeth.
No. He didn't.
You got gums. You can still eat.
No, he didn't have to tell him because he's already playing. So it's like Derek White has that toughness. Jaylen Brown has that toughness.
So you think he'll be telling Tatum in the locker room like, White lost his fucking teeth?
Yes.
And you just
yes. Holiday
you got your foot stepped on. Like, what are you doing?
Yes.
It's only a risk.
So
hold on. We got some We got some hot takes in the. We got a
So
hot take in the chat, but go ahead, Kev. Keep
so
going.
that was the first part, and then the second part with Tatum's mom greeting him in the locker room, like, "You want me to go over to the Orlando locker room?" Now
Hey,
she's probably joking. She's probably joking, but
she
given
like she might have had a pistol.
given what Missoula is saying, yelling like "get up" and holding the trainer back, and then mom's like kind of coming to the rescue, those optics don't look good.
Mm.
Hey, listen. She's from the Show Me State. They from the Lou, ain't they?
Uh,
Ain't Jason Tatum from the Lou?
He from the suburbs of the Lou.
Mm.
Mom's might have
Who
been
did he
out
go to high
there.
school with?
Nah, he went to Chaminade. He went
Okay,
to
yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, 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 yeah. You
Uh,
said
but
mom's is what, Bong?
hey, mom's is probably from the hood.
nah,
You know,
nah,
no
mom's ain't from
man.
this, man.
Okay, so
Hmm.
hold on. Let's pause that for a second because we got a new. I don't think I've seen. Uh, yeah. Is it Life of Bendy? Okay, Kawhi is closer to Jordan than LeBron. Um, I have to stop you right there. That is factually incorrect. If by him being closer to I mean, no.
I want to hear where he's going with this because
He
Well,
or she.
here's Scotty Boy's counter. Scotty Boy is always actively approaching the conversations of that others contribute. He says he was on the trajectory for that 3 to 5 years ago, but injuries and load managing ruined that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree 100%.
We kind of
You
talked about that a little bit.
yeah,
Not the Jordan comparison, but we were talking about Kawhi.
said it earlier. You just said it
Uh,
earlier that had
yeah,
he came
it
to
was
the
Scotty Boy.
Clippers,
Scotty
had
Boy
he
had
come
to
to
take.
the Clippers.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, listen, if Kawhi comes to the Clippers and has one championship run, it
yeah,
puts him ahead of a lot of people.
A
it does.
lot of people,
It
but
does.
not. I don't think it puts him ahead of LeBron. It puts him ahead of a lot of people.
Yeah,
LeBron is in a category all his own because he's been able to avoid major injury for 20 plus years. I don't know if there's anybody else outside of maybe like a Kareem. And I don't know. Let me not say that because Kareem may have had time. I believe, there were times where Kareem missed time.
he broke
But
his hand punching somebody.
right, but outside of like a Kareem or maybe a Karl Malone, even Karl Malone broke down towards the end of his career.
The
Hmm.
Lakers.
Remember, he was with the Lakers,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
Karl Malone historically broke down in that finals. People talk about that finals.
well,
Him and Kobe, even though they weren't even seeing eye to eye because Karl Malone had made advances at Kobe's wife, they
allegedly.
had they had the
allegedly, like Kevin.
that's fine, but him and Kobe had a John Stockton, Karl Malone on that give and go. Had that give and go type chemistry that was working. So they was cooking they was cooking in the playoffs with that give and go. Karl Malone got hurt. What was it, KP? Like game
He
two,
got hurt early. No, he got hurt early in the season and then came back.
Yeah, it
but he
was
got,
his knee, right?
got
Yeah,
hurt again. He
towards
got
the
hurt again in the finals.
yeah,
He got
well,
hurt in the finals.
but he wasn't fully healthy. He tried to come back. That's
Shit,
what it was.
they made a hell of a run in that playoff with his bum knee. But anyway, there's neither here nor there. LeBron has a longevity thing that nobody can touch.
But that's a longevity thing,
But
dog. Like,
again, because of that, how many finals runs has he made?
right, but put it into perspective. How many years has he played, and out of
Oh,
those years, how many chips does he have? If we're talking
no, no,
about
no. Let's,
greats,
let's just
no,
let's just talk.
I'm just saying, like
Got you.
that's one thing to look at.
But or we could say if you're going to the finals every other year, if you make a finals run every 1 out of every 2 years,
Yeah, that's something to talk about for
Okay.
sure. But then
Okay.
it's also like when you start comparing players, they put up a stat tonight where they were talking about triple doubles. They were talking about Jokic. You know who still leads the triple doubles in playoffs?
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson. You
Come
know,
on,
you know
man.
his career was cut. Well, he could have played, but he didn't play as long as some of these guys. Definitely not as long as LeBron. And you still ain't caught this nigga in triple doubles. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
I hear you. And Scotty boy, LeBron is not on steroids.
oh my god.
I'm not gonna say that he's on steroids. They test people for banned substances. LeBron's taking stuff that aren't banned substances. So
Hey, well, he
they're
said
not
ain't no way somebody played for 20 years and had no major injuries. He said, I don't care who you are, that's not normal.
Oh yeah, LeBron definitely going to Germany every 6 to 9 months to re up and get that vibranium in his knees.
what's the name said it? KG said it. He on that Balco.
Yeah, hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this: he should not be jumping the way he's jumping now, especially because he's been jumping for so many years at such like
You only
let
get
Kobe
so many jumps.
let Kobe
Yeah.
be the guy. Like Kobe put his body and well, let me not use Kobe because Kobe was somebody that he trained to a fault. He trained his body till it broke down. Kobe was doing shit he had no business doing in his later years. LeBron is a person that will give his body time to rest, recover. He's doing, that futuristic shit, the Tom Brady type plyometrics, resistance bands, that type of shit.
Yeah.
Kobe out there, like, hey man, you got a black top? Let me go out here and get a couple shots up on the black top. Kobe,
Hey,
what the fuck are you
Play,
doing,
playing Beyonce's daddy. put
Like, what are
hey,
you doing?
putting the
y'all
PlayStation
remember
down, going one on one with her at Inglewood High on the damn blacktop.
that happened when Kobe got hurt. Kobe got low bridge his rookie year at Venice Beach playing
Mhm.
pickup
Yeah, man.
and
Mm,
was out for some extended time.
Yeah,
And the Lakers front office was pissed with him.
yeah.
a couple other comments. Longevity means nothing without winning. Tom Brady had longevity, but he actually won. Um,
Four chips ain't winning.
yeah, I mean
Oh, four
he's
chips
got
ain't
he's
winning.
got the
Ten,
chips.
10 finals runs ain't winning,
Come on, man.
huh? We was
Come
just. I don't know. I don't know if you heard the conversation we were having a little bit earlier. We are talking about when Golden State won their first championship in that Steph era. They contemplated giving it the Finals MVP to LeBron, who averaged 36 points and damn near triple double. Like it was like 36, 9, and 8. And
I
they
get
gave Iguodala, they gave no, yeah, they gave
it.
Iguodala
Yeah.
the Finals MVP for holding LeBron to 36, 9, and 8.
I ain't gonna fuck with y'all and say LeBron's championships are like a hand in spades, three and a possible one with that bubble. But that's neither here nor there.
Hey,
Uh,
man, come on, man.
I'm fucking with y'all. A chip is a chip. Four
But
four chips. Y'all
but
know I just always be messing with y'all about that
I
bubble shit,
I
though.
mean, listen, man. I think LeBron's the GOAT. So
Yeah, of course you do.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
of
like,
course you do.
and I was one of the few Laker fans that liked LeBron prior to him coming to the Lakers.
I said LeBron, LeBron only when it didn't get tested in Paris. I saw
Chip.
that. Hey, listen, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. LeBron, if I believe LeBron has a handshake deal with the league. Like they need him. They need him. They need
Oh
LeBron.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean, I'm
They
pretty
would,
sure.
they would never.
Yeah, no,
Even
no,
if it
no.
was some shit, they would never.
That shit. If it do come out, it'll be 30 or 40 years from now, and it'll just be barbershop talk when it's all said and done.
Yeah, you
Somebody
know.
that
Go
somebody that
ahead.
went back and made some random connection between somebody that just got indicted and LeBron and Rich Paul used to hang out and have cigars with him and this that, and the third. But trust and believe, LeBron is hitting the private jet and going to Germany to re up whatever the fuck that titanium or vibranium or whatever the fuck he putting in his knees.
Yeah.
Because I mean, no, as he's not even a. I could see if it was like a Steph Curry type, a shooter, someone who's not really. LeBron lives in the paint. You live in the paint for 20 years and you've dodged any major injuries, no Achilles, no.
Well, definitely for like 14 of them.
I saw LeBron jump one time and fall in the hurdle and still play. I was like, oh man, unbelievable.
Hey,
This is back when he was in Miami.
this this is what I'll say about it, right? So, and it's similar to where since I brought up the bubble chip, it's similar to where I say, hey, a chip is a chip, but just don't put the extras on it. Like it was this, it was so hard, it was this, it was that, right? That's the same way I kind of look at LeBron when you talk about greatness and how you compare him to the other people and other players who you say is great. It's like, dog, you can't deny that he is great.
Yeah.
One of the greatest. And arguably, some will say he's the greatest of all time. We have one person on this panel that's saying it tonight.
Stop cringing, man.
But this is what I'm saying. Why does he himself have to put the extras on it? Why do you have to like, oh yeah, that's when I knew I was the greatest. When he said that about when they came back against the Warriors or whatever. Like, what do we do? Like, don't put the extras on it. Like, we know you're great. But when you have other people who were more with the more humble approach, like this, even if they're saying it behind the scenes, was Kobe saying that? Kobe,
Hey,
Kobe.
Calvin Booth in the comment section cooking a little something. But go ahead.
No, I'm saying, was Kobe saying that?
Yes.
Kobe was like, you know,
No,
Kobe was different.
Nah, Kobe did say some. Kobe said he was the second best player overall ever.
did he say okay?
He said his second best.
Was Jordan saying he was the greatest of all time?
Yeah.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
No, he did not.
Jordan.
No, he did not.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this.
What they all did, which is we always say LeBron is usually saying a politically correct thing, right?
Yeah.
What they were all saying was the politically correct shit in front of the camera. But goddamn well they were saying it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Of course they were. Of course they were.
Jordan, during his Hall of Fame speech, was still telling players he kicked their ass.
That's him saying he would kick their ass, but he's been on record saying he can't say that he's the greatest when you have other players in different eras that he never played against.
Okay.
Jordan don't believe that, but
he don't believe it. But what did I just say?
Say
Okay.
the
politically correct shit.
And like, I think because Bron is fighting the narratives.
That's the thing.
Fighting the narrative that Jordan is better. He has to come to his own defense.
Right. But Bong. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Look at the chat. The chat sitting here talking about he hasn't won a chip without a super team. Hold on, man. Do y'all think that year that they came back from down 3-1 to Golden State, that was a super team? That was not. That was him, Kyrie. He had a shell of himself, Kevin Love, and a bunch of role players. And him and Kyrie basically went 40.
Yeah, 40.
A couple of games just to bring him back.
Yeah.
I mean, God, that's not a super team. That's just a number one and number two kicked it up at the right time. And
come on,
that was a super team. Come on, that wasn't no damn super team.
Calvin Booth got time again today since he was released from his duties with Denver. But Calvin Booth said Kobe has beat the most 50-win teams and proved he could win without Shaq. He's the only player to go back-to-back without a top 75 teammate.
And Kobe only won when he had home court advantage. He didn't win a championship when he didn't have home court advantage. He didn't win a playoff series when he didn't have home court advantage without Shaq. And that's, I'm just Since you
But
want
but
to
let-
spit out,
but hold on, Kev, hold on, no, hold on, no, now we ain't gonna be putting smut on Kobe's
Hey,
name. But
and while you was putting
yeah,
the smut on on Kevin Love's name, people coming to his defense like, hold on, you putting smut on Kevin Love's name? Whoa, 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 whoa.
hey, you know what Brian do to the power forwards, right? When they come to his quote unquote super team. If you can't shoot the three, you're gonna be standing in the corner looking. Hey, what Macy Grace say to the dudes when Denzel was trying to steal that money? The fuck y'all standing there looking pretty for? Blast the folks. Hey, all you gonna be doing is standing there looking pretty, baby, because
Oh,
he's not gonna let you come out there and cook. I hated what LeBron's teams did to Chris Bosh and Kevin Love.
oh man.
and Russell Westbrook.
Listen.
You know, but
He, he killed Russell. No, he killed Russell Westbrook. Killed him.
Did y'all hear that shit?
but
Uh,
before you go
go ahead.
on,
Go
DP,
ahead.
I'm gonna let you live, Kev. Stop putting smut. Stop putting smut on Kobe's name, man. Stop. He was playing with Chris Mim, Slava Medvedenko.
No,
Like
no,
these
no, no.
dudes.
I'm saying afterwards.
Nah. Nah.
One.
Hey, now, Bong, I was just about to say, did y'all hear that shit that Rich Paul, because you brought up Chris Bosh? Did y'all hear the shit Rich Paul said about the Miami squad and how it wasn't a big three?
Yeah, I did.
What'd he
He
say?
said it wasn't a big three. He didn't consider Bosh to be. Yeah, he was like Bosh did not make it
Bosh
a big
was
three.
a career 2010 guy.
Yeah.
I
Like,
thought
what
it
are
was
we
pretty
talking about?
ridiculous. I thought it was
What
pretty
are we
ridiculous for
talking
him to
about?
say it. Yeah.
Like
Um.
he was putting up in Toronto
24 and
20.
14.
Come on, what
Yeah.
are we
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was man. Um. Definitely disagree. And my little brother was saying
No,
that they just trying to rewrite narratives and shit. So you know.
hold on. So now I'm LeBron's media. I'm I'm saying I don't think it was super. Hey, him and Kyrie against Steph,
hey, no, I
Clay
think
Thompson at
I
the
think
time.
that's what he's saying. Rich Paul and them propping
Oh,
LeBron
okay,
up.
okay. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that is not a super team. Like it's not a big three. And that's exactly what my little brother was saying. Like they out there trying to rewrite history and make it like LeBron didn't do it with a super team. He didn't have a big
No,
three. Like
you
they trying
remember
to change the
first
narrative about shit.
first off they fell on their face against Dallas.
Yeah.
I came out to shoot and fell on their face. But when you have a press run or what was that introduction where it was like not one, not two, not three,
You
not
know
Yeah.
what
four.
though? You know
Yeah.
what though? I think that's BS, man. That look, people say stuff all the time, but we're gonna hold that against LeBron because he was like not one, not two, not three, not four. Like, come on, man.
What you
Let the man
hell
talk.
yeah. What you mean?
People say stuff every day, B.
What you mean, man?
Yeah, we're gonna
People,
hold you
people
accountable.
say stuff all the time.
These dudes are superstars. Like, yes, they gonna throw it back.
People say stuff
Pause.
all the
But
time.
yes, they gonna bring it back up.
Yeah, I think
Hey,
I
Calvin Booth.
think
You say, do people forget how how good Dwayne Wade was?
No
You know,
comment.
last time we had a discussion about this. Look at Bong is already laughing.
No
I
comment.
said Dwayne Wade was the franchise player, and Bong disagreed and said it was LeBron. Um, I
I
still stand on that. I still think that it was Wade. I know it was a different type of situation because LeBron was the face of the league type situation, but I still think Wade was the franchise player for Miami. But you know,
and I say it was okay. All right.
so what? You say what?
Listen, it may have been Wade County when LeBron got there, but when LeBron got there, it was LeBron's team. And when LeBron left, the whole thing fell apart. We can all agree on that. The moment they said, "Oh, LeBron, we not going for all the little antics and we not doing all the stuff that you want us to do," Pat Riley said, "We can win without you." Okay,
We not giving you your chocolate chip cookies on the plane.
right, right, right,
Like,
right. What Hove
And they
say? I
brought
hear
in,
motherfuckers saying they made Hove.
yeah,
Made Hove say, "Okay, then
make
make
another.
another Hove."
but wait, how long did Bosch play after that? After LeBron left, because he was done not
Was it
too long afterwards, right?
like I think like 1 year?
Yeah, yeah. So it was kind of like
But they bought in another James, number 6. Uh, James, remember they bought in
James Jones. Oh, James. Yeah, 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 yeah,
James Ennis.
yeah. Yeah. James Ennis was on that squad.
Yeah,
Um, and Calvin Booth is he's a Denver fan, right?
I don't know who. I don't know.
Calvin Booth, are
I
you a
believe
Denver
yeah,
fan?
I believe he is. So I think we talked about that briefly last.
Calvin Booth, are you still a Denver fan even after they let you go? Let us know.
But
We got all the way sidetracked, man. We stopped talking about the playoffs, everything.
but no, hey,
I
listen,
mean,
man.
it all goes into it.
We're still talking about folks that's in the
Yeah.
playoffs, and while we're talking about LeBron, LeBron needs to go and see whoever is in the U.S. Department of his Germany base because he damn sure looked like a 20-something year veteran in game one of the playoffs because Luca
Scoreless,
got us rolling. Luca
scoreless.
gets us rolling early, right? We jump out early. Hey, LeBron, come join the party.
It won't stay that way.
But what I'm saying is, and I think a lot of Lakers fans started to panic after game one. And I
Yeah, I
said,
wouldn't.
I reminded everybody, there's we know the blueprint. You're
Mm-hmm.
not holding teams to under 100 points. Luca did what he was supposed to do. LeBron, I need your 25 and a meaningful 25, not something that's late when we down 20 and you just filling up the stat sheet. Now it
Yeah,
looks halfway decent. No, no,
yeah.
no. There was a time in the beginning of the game where your team said, "Hey, LeBron, we need them points early. I know you normally give it to us in the third and the fourth quarter, but we
Right.
need them now." And you never came along for the ride. And Austin Reeves, you never came along for the ride.
One
Rui,
game.
we talked about how Rui looks good in the regular season, and in the playoffs he starts to fade. Is that what we're going to see again? There's only one blueprint. It has to be Luca 30, LeBron 25, Austin Reeves 20, and Rui 18 to 20. If we can't get our the main four guys to give us basically 90 to 100 points,
And
we can't win.
and
It
We
was
can't
one
win.
game.
and to what you said, to your point, Luca 37, LeBron 19, Reeves 16, Hashimura 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout.
The
Came up shout.
but the
Yeah, it was like like counting the 100 like Smokey, flipping it over like
but the
20, 30.
I thought the bigger problem was the way that Minnesota spread the Lakers out on the floor
hmm
and their players hit shots like Jaden Daniels, 11 for 13 with 25.
hmm
Like, you can't let that happen.
If
And then
Jaden
Nas,
Daniels gives you 11 for 35, 11 for 13 again, you tip
yeah,
your hat to him.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, is that going to consistently happen? Like, it's not.
I'm not gonna say it's gonna consistently happen, but if the Lakers get beat the way that they were, like offensively, when they were well defensively, when they were getting beat and they're getting open looks, it could conceivably happen because they were getting open looks. It
Yeah.
was it was it was simply target practice.
Listen, if DiVincenzo can cook, I think that's what's going to be the difference. One of the major difference makers with Minnesota. Um, you're gonna need, like you said, Bong, on that the Lakers need those dudes to score all the time. Minnesota needs Anthony Edwards, not every, like my grandfather used to say, ever. They need Anthony Edwards to get busy ever night,
Every night. Every
ever
night.
night.
The thing
Every
though,
And if
single
he
night.
don't, they in trouble.
here's the thing though. Anthony Edwards didn't really get busy. He had 22 points. He was
That's
8 for
that's
22.
cool when you have guys like a DiVincenzo who's that's why I say DiVincenzo would be a difference maker. But if you have one of those
You had
10-point
you
game like
had
an off night from Anthony Edwards, you in trouble, dog.
You had Nas Reed. What was how do you, what did he go from the field?
8 for 12, 23 points. Like
8
he
for 12, 23 points, and then you had what's the young boy's name?
and you talking about Jaden Daniels. Jaden
Jaden
Daniels
Daniels. Yeah, Jaden
11
That didn't
Daniels.
happen every night.
25
Come
points.
on, if you do that, you don't need your other guys like Anthony Edwards to give you 30.
Right. Like that's kind of what I'm saying. But you need Anthony Edwards to cook though. You
They shot 50% from 3 as a team.
yeah.
They were 21 for 42. And I'm just saying, like, they have to change the defense because they were getting wide open looks.
Yeah,
That they can't let
but
happen.
Minnesota will have to be knocking them down at a high clip like that. That's what I'm saying. If they do not shoot like 50% from the field, Nas Reed was shooting over 50%. What was he? What did you say? 8 for 12?
Yeah, he was 8 for 12, and then from 3, he was 6 for 9.
Right. I mean, come on. Is that shit gonna happen every game? I doubt it. It is LeBron gonna play like he played in the first game? He's gonna play like that every game, right?
But,
It's just one
I'm just saying,
game.
I'm no, and I'm not panicking. I'm just saying they have to change their defensive scheme because they're getting open looks. Like if they're getting open looks, these guys can really shoot, and they
Hmm.
they have to adjust because you don't have any.
About that, fellas.
You don't have
Yeah,
a
no doubt.
shot blocker.
Devin Price, if you still in the building, welcome. First time we seen your name, so welcome to the chat. Shout out to you. Uh, and yes, Clippers. I'm a Clippers fan. Shout out to the Clippers. I don't know if we lost them before I could acknowledge them, but hopefully you like, share, subscribe, comment, tell other people about the show, tell your friend to tell a friend, and all that.
Ab-
We trying to get busy around here.
Absolutely.
So,
So I mean,
Chip,
yeah, I
Flip
think
City.
you're right though.
oh,
Flip,
okay, Devin Price still here. So no doubt, man. No, thank you for showing up, man. Hopefully we can get you to subscribe and rock with us. We
is it
appreciate you,
is it still Clip City, Chip City, or what do y'all go by now?
man.
DP.
It's
LAC.
listen. Just to,
LAC.
I just call them the Clippers. I keep it simple. I keep it simple. Hey, listen, y'all know I'm not irrational, dog. Like I keep it real. I wasn't even sure they were gonna be a good match for the Nuggets. You know what I'm saying? And KP, when this year started, I was telling you it didn't really look good. This is a surprise for me, and they need it because all of that bread that they spent on that Intuit Dome, they got to start recouping some shit. They need they need a team to perform like they're doing now. They need deep playoff runs. They need this
Yeah,
because if you suck and those seats are empty, that's not a good recipe right there. Yeah, and appreciate you, Devin Price, for
you.
subscribing, man. That shout out to you. Thank you.
Indeed. And for that, I'll say the Clippers are 1-1. I won't talk bad about them. Let me
Thank
just
you.
I'll leave it at
hey, that is a win, baby. That's we
Uh,
get that from Bong. We winning. Shit.
so
that.
there are two games that come on tomorrow. We kind of started talking about one and we stopped, and then we haven't talked about the other one. The one we kind of talked about was Milwaukee, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of started. Um, you think that Indiana is just gonna mollywop them? I don't think
I didn't say mollywop. Now you're putting words in my mouth.
okay.
Pause.
You
I
said
didn't
that.
say mollywop, but I did say I think that the Pacers are gonna win.
I mean, let's look at it. Game one, the Pacers won by 19, right? There was a point in the game in the last 5 minutes. It was a 12-point game, and it was a lid on the basket. Milwaukee couldn't do anything. They couldn't score, and then the game got out of hand. But
Okay.
looking at it, Kyle Kuzma and Torian Prince, two of your starters, had 0 points. Two of them. And even with that, Kevin Porter didn't shoot good. Rollins didn't shoot good.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because you're gonna rely heavily on two
no,
guys, right?
yeah, but
Two guys. Do you know how many assists the Pacers had in that game?
yeah, they had 28.
28. They play, man. They run, they play. Whoever, hey, get the shot up. Halliburton is gonna get you involved. Like
I,
they just if they get on the roll, like they just
There's
have better chemistry than the Bucks. The Bucks have not looked like they've had good chemistry since Doc Rivers and Lillard got over there. Am I lying or not?
Glenn Rivers.
you're not even the
Long
doc.
don't even want to call him Doc.
No, he ain't Doc until he
Doc.
win until he win a chip.
I'm just saying, like, do they look like they have good
Now,
chemistry to
I
you?
believe Dame is clear to play for
Yeah,
game two.
Yeah.
I know Scotty Boy said that Dame is not playing the series. Dame is clear to play for game two. So I think Milwaukee will definitely look different with Dame on the court. They said that what he was able to pull off with the blood clots was the damn a modern day miracle. Somebody said he got LeBron's number and he shot over to Germany to go get to go get that damn vibranium. But
but
Oh
Dame
man,
he went
Dame
to
pulled
Jamaica.
off.
they go
He went to Jamaica.
Wakanda Germany.
Nah, man, he went to Jamaica, and the blood clots and the bumper clots, and now he's
Yeah,
good.
they got
But
him out of there.
yeah,
Yeah,
hey,
The
listen,
original Jamaican Dandara took care of him.
absolutely.
hey, you put um, Dame out there with Giannis, and the couple of role players get to fall back into their natural roles.
Yeah,
It looks different. So again, it's one game. Indiana looked good. Uh, I don't believe in Indiana in any kind of long term fashion. I think it's a better playoff series if you have a Giannis making it to the second round. I'm not a fan of Halliburton. I
D-
respect his game, but I mean, that shot is so tricky.
Does Milwaukee look like they are for real?
I want to see. I'm going to reserve comment until I see.
Until you see him with Dame. If you see him with Dame,
This season with Dame, Milwaukee looks like they're for real.
I'm going to
I
reserve
want to
comment
absolutely.
until I
This
see the
season,
playoff.
This how DP
I
set you
see
up.
I
This
see
how
how
DP
y'all
set
do.
you up.
I see
DP
how y'all
set
do.
no. Look, DP has set
Nah.
you up,
See, we
and you
got
try
people
to
who really answering the question though. No,
Nah,
Devin Price said no. Like,
man.
hey
Yeah,
wait, how I set you up though, Bond? Go ahead,
DP,
go ahead.
DP wants to put it on wax right now. Like,
No, hey,
next,
no,
next
look. I'm not even asking you for your playoff prediction. I just asked questions about the squad. Like I was
in
saying,
the
does
beginning of the
Milwaukee?
season, they didn't look like they had any chemistry. That was in the beginning of the season.
No, and throughout they look like
I
they
mean,
got it together.
they began to build chemistry. They
they've
went on a
had
run.
some, they've had some ups and downs.
They went on a few runs.
Yeah, they've had some ups and downs, man.
Okay.
So I'd like to see them with Dame, and then
Man,
I feel comfortable. And
Here's another question for
they won
y'all.
48 games, so you can't say that they didn't have any chemistry.
Okay, but the Pacers won 50. What the fuck are we saying? I'm
I'm look. If they didn't have any, they wouldn't be 500. They'd be under 500.
okay. Bring up the Eastern Conference.
I have it. I have it.
Okay, what are the from seed 5 on down? Give me the records.
Okay, so after Milwaukee's 5 at 48 and 34,
Uh huh.
Detroit is 6 at 44 and 38, so
Okay.
4 points behind. The Magic 41 and 41
Okay.
at 7. Number 8 it was the Hawks 40 and 42. You still want me to keep going, or you?
No, no, no,
Because
no.
the Heat are the last team in because they beat the Bulls, then they beat the Hawks. So the Heat at the 10th seed are 37 and 45.
What we got on the West?
On the West,
A lot of 50s in
yeah,
there.
Come on, Kevin Fitzpatrick.
which number? What
The
place?
same thing. 5 on down.
5 on down. The Clippers were tied with the Lakers and the Nuggets at 50 and 32. The Timberwolves number 6, 49 and 33. The Warriors at 7, 48 and 34. The Grizzlies tied at number 8 as well, 48 and 34.
Okay, so I'm just saying it's just more competitive. They're in the East, so they should be racking up more of those wins. To say that they have 48 in a conference where you have uh Miami at
So
36. No, I'm saying then you have the
I that's
76ers,
why that's
you
why I
have
said
the Wizards. Like, I mean, come on, dog.
you
So
I hear
Hey,
you.
well, listen, to in the East defense out in the West, we had teams like Phoenix. What was their record? I mean, you had the cakewalk Phoenix Suns that everybody beat up on, led by Kevin Durant. But that's neither here nor
Phoenix,
there. What was their record?
yeah, but
Phoenix
that's what but
was 36 and 46.
There you go.
yeah,
Okay.
and that's why I told them to stop at the playoff teams, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that just to see who was in the playoff field. But then I went on just to say your overall, because we are talking regular season records, but your overall.
And,
The
and
fact is the West is just more competitive.
and shout out to Miami for having to beat two teams to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's so
He
sorry.
listen,
told the thing that we
and,
I
and
question what it is. I
Yeah.
guess it's the thing in this Heat culture.
oh, it's a real thing. So before we get off of the Pacers and Bucks though, here's a reframed question for y'all.
Mhm.
Would you be surprised if the Pacers won?
I would not be surprised.
Okay.
I
It's
would
one of those series where it could go either way.
Yeah.
I think the
That's what I'm saying.
same for Detroit and New York. Um, man, the the young upstart Magic were are overmatched,
They
um,
are.
and Miami is clearly
Bankero could average 50 points and they're not
yeah.
gonna win.
That's MJ versus the a young Michael Jordan versus the
The
Boston
Celtics
Celtics.
going through his legs 50 times in one spot.
Right, right. And the old folks in the Celtics like, okay, when he's done, he's still gonna whoop y'all ass. What did I think Scotty Boy 36 said something a little
they should have
earlier
kept
about the no about the next game. You talk about
Oh,
scroll on up, talk about the Memphis game if you could highlight that.
the Memphis
about the
game.
Memphis game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe he said something about that.
I didn't see Memphis. Hold on.
Yeah, he
Oh,
said.
okay. We don't need to talk about that Memphis game.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus Christ. What was the total what was the
50,
total point? 51?
yeah,
A 51
130
point loss?
80.
Yeah.
Now, I was disappointed in this game for a couple reasons. One, I had a parlay going, and John Morant kind of tricked it off. He had to get what like 20,
Whew.
22 points or something like that. I was like, this is easy work. And
Listen,
When John Morant came back in the second quarter, John Morant was jogging. He wasn't even pumping his arms. He was running with the show. He was running like red
because
after he got his
after you
chain.
got hey, game was over.
Going back to the car. He gonna cry in the car.
In the second quarter, at the 7 minute mark, he was running like that. I was
Hey,
like, come on,
listen,
God.
man, they should, if it was at all possible, they should have Dallas swap in and finish the series for the Grizzlies.
You know what
Like
I'm gonna
this is
I think the Grizzlies are gonna get a game. I think they're gonna win one. I don't think they're gonna get swept. I think this was a situation where they played 2 games, la 2 extra games this past week. They saw how it was going early in the second quarter, and they just said,
Shut it down.
"Yep, we you know what?
See y'all
Let's
game 2.
do this.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is one game, and we'll be ready for the next one."
yeah.
I doubt it.
Oh, shout out to engineer in the building, bro. I finally caught y'all.
Engineer,
Damn.
engineer,
Yeah,
hey, cause
engineer. We switched up. Engineer said we switched up on him. Man. We juked him.
hey, hey, engineer, man, we've been in here, man, having fun, man. The chat gets crazy on Mondays, apparently, man.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
Mondays is a nice little vibe, bro.
yeah.
Glad that you joining us, man. We was talking about you last week, like, damn, we had the chat jumping, and engineer wasn't in here. So welcome back, sir.
yeah. Welcome back, engineer. He said y'all juked the hell out of me last week. Hey, man. Hey. Sorry about that, man.
Fuck
Is
fake.
he? Hey, for everybody in here, man, we trying to figure out if Monday or Sunday works best, man. It seems like we got people to return on the Monday. So I
Yeah.
don't know if that's working better for folks, but Monday or Sunday,
Well,
we trying to figure it out.
here's the thing, though. Both times we did Monday, we've talked about basketball. So I don't know if Monday is more for basketball or if it'll get popping during football. Like, when football season comes
Well,
around.
you got Monday night football during football season. Motherfuckers are not good. Well, if it's right after that, possibly. We'll figure it out though. So, we trying to
Well, we got a few folks in here, man. Thursday, we will be on here. We haven't figured out the time yet if we're gonna go, if we're gonna jump on here during the chat.
hmm
During the draft, or if we're gonna jump on after the draft is over.
Yeah.
Oh,
Monday, we will be
Devin Price
discussing.
said he'll be back. He'll be back on Monday for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, indeed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We gonna be well,
So,
he said do some NFL draft shit. We definitely gonna be doing that on Thursday. That's what Bong's just saying. The
yes,
Yeah.
draft
indeed.
on that.
Indeed. So we'll try and do I think DP normally sometimes he'll schedule the show early, so we'll have the time up, man. Hopefully, maybe you know early that morning or a day in advance, but we'll definitely be on here on Thursday discussing the draft, man. So you know, all teams will be scrutinized. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to go live. I mean, if we can go live during the draft, that would be. I prefer it. You know what I'm saying? It's early, but 5 o'clock out here on the West Coast. So, but I want to get to it, man. That should be fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the draft for sure, man.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, man.
Okay.
Devin Price in Seattle. I got folks in Seattle. Are you a Seahawks fan?
And Devin, did you become a Clippers fan because you don't have the Sonics out there anymore?
Uh,
The crazy shit is I
I
used
was
to
go- I
be a
was go- I was
Sonics
gonna
fan.
save it. I was gonna say
Yeah.
that, DP, and see what he said. I was gonna save that.
But we'll see though
you
while
said
we
yes.
wait on him. Okay, yes, he's a Seahawks fan.
Hey,
Um,
man. So how do you feel about the team Xing out Geno, bringing in Sam Darnold, Xing out uh,
well, remember Gino bounced. Gino got the fuck up out of there. They were trying to keep him.
Yes, and I like Kawhi and Harden. So,
Uh,
so he's a Sonics fan.
No, Gino didn't want to leave. I thought they traded him.
He wanted out of there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wanted out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, and I don't even know where the Seahawks draft, but you definitely need to go get you a wide receiver. So I know first round they have to address the wide receiver position because you're not going to. Yeah, you bring in Sam Darnold, that's great. You still have
Smith and Jigba is getting busy though.
Jackson Smith
Yeah,
and
we
Jigba.
retired
But I
him.
mean, this the new NFL. You can't have a one trick pony.
No,
You
for
know
sure.
what I'm saying? So you get a chance to go get shit. He got a teammate that's coming out of. Don't he got a teammate that's coming out in the draft this year?
Ohio
He
State.
played with, yeah.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
mean, you can pair him up with his college teammate if you want to, but Seattle definitely needs to address the wide receiver position because they lost Lockett, who was a veteran. He was getting kind of long in the tooth. Then you
Oh yeah,
lose.
that's right. They did get Cooper Cup. They did get Cooper
Oh,
Cup.
I forgot about God
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
more careful. Yeah, I forgot about Cup. Yeah. So okay, I take that back. I stand corrected. Sorry about that. But I mean, even Cooper Cup may be a 1 year rental.
Okay. Well, I
Cooper
mean,
Cup
for
may be a 1 year rental.
yeah.
So you know, he said Gino asked for a bag and we hung up. Hey, what Gino say? What was
but
his claim
but
to fame
but
originally?
hey, but
They tried to
Devin, I
write him
thought
off,
it
push
was.
him right back.
Oh yeah, wait. Go ahead, boss. Say that again. I was talking.
I don't even remember the line, but I think he
It
said
was something like
they
that.
tried to write him off, but he didn't write back.
Yeah, that's what it was. I thought though, Devin,
Ooh.
I thought it was a situation where he was trying to work something out with them. So yeah, he asked for the bread, but then he asked for the trade, right? I thought it was, but maybe I could be wrong. Um, and yeah, Cup is from out there, so it was like a homecoming for Cup. Because they were saying that remember Bong when they were talking about Dallas trying to go after Cup. I think it was is it Eastern Washington where he played? The receivers coach there, wherever he was, the receivers coach there is with Dallas. So they were thinking Dallas had kind of like an inside route to getting them up in there. But
When they start talking about money, Dallas, like what Devin say? Dallas hung up the phone. Put
And,
it on the top.
and you know what? And the reports are that Seattle is going to take a tackle in the first round.
I mean, I'm not surprised at that.
Yeah.
Well, you bring in Darnold, you got
He's not mobile.
solid. What? Yeah, exactly.
So,
Solid wide receivers. Um,
got a great run game.
got a great your running back is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um,
Got
I
two-headed
mean, I
monster.
can see them. You
Yeah.
know, I think it's the possibility that it could be a down year for the 49ers. That's definitely a possibility. So I could
They're
see Seattle being competitive. You know, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how
yeah.
it goes. Devin Price, y'all might be in a good spot if y'all could gel together and make it happen.
Right.
So
What
Eastern
engineer
Washington. So yeah, it was Eastern Washington.
say EBT? Right. Jerry trying to use WIC, EBT, fucking
Oh shoot! Hey, it is
old
gonna
school
be
food stamps. They're like, man, we don't even take this shit no more. Get
it
this
is
shit.
gonna be interesting to see what the Cowboys do with this draft, dog.
Jerry pulling up with the food coupons. Like, we don't even take that. That shit.
Dallas,
We went to
Dallas,
We
Dallas,
switched to digital, baby.
Dallas goes with a wide receiver this year.
You
man,
think
that's
first
what.
round?
Yep.
Yeah,
Matthew Golden, Texas.
nah, it's gonna be Tet. It's gonna be Tet McMillan. Um, Listen, they have options. They have options. We need so many different things, and I don't even want to talk. I'll wait till I'll reserve all judgment. I'll reserve all judgment on the Cowboys until
Yes,
Thursday.
engineer. They're
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
Golden.
Golden, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, Devin Price knows the history, breaking it down. He grew up in Yakima though, and all that. So yeah,
Okay.
I know about some of the stuff. I used to do like insurance, like bonding work, so I knew some of the counties out there. Like I think it was Puyallup and Yakima and all of that stuff. So
Devin, man, you sure you ain't from Walla Walla? Devin from Walla Walla, man.
oh man. Um, but let's see. Golden is very public about loving the Texans. Y'all better leave the
And
damn
hey,
thing
quietly,
alone.
quietly, engineer, y'all need to re up in the wide receiver room. Diggs is gone. He took the bag in New England. Then you got my man who just keeps getting hurt. The one who got shot. Then he tore all his knee ligaments. What's the boy's name? I keep forgetting
Who?
his name. The little speedy receiver that they had that got hurt towards the end of the year. Scored. Remember, he scored a touchdown, got hurt. Engineer will tell us in a second, but
Dale.
Tank
Dale.
Dell. So
Dale. Yeah,
Dell,
yeah.
so Dell, that's his second. I think it's his second major injury since
Yeah,
he got
yeah, yeah,
drafted.
yeah.
He's been in the league a couple years, um, and so yeah. So
Okay.
you got so
Engineer.
you got a true number one, right? You got a you got a you got a true
Oh shit.
number one receiver in boy, it's after hours if I can't remember my receivers' names, but
Nico.
Nico
Nico
Collins. Thank you.
Collins.
So you got
Yeah.
Nico Collins as your true number one. You still have um, my boy I got from Cincinnati in the running back room. So I mean, y'all just need a wide receiver too. Go cheap, go cheap. First round, first or second round. Oh yeah, they definitely need to move on from Dale. I mean, his no disrespect,
Unfortunately for the just because
yeah,
of the injuries, but
the
yeah.
injuries, and then I think he got shot in the off season. Um,
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, yeah. Remember, he got shot not this off season, but the off season before, I believe. Tank Dell got shot uh, coming just before the season started. So he's dealt with his fair share of
Yeah,
injuries and
that's
off the field issues. And I think the shooting had nothing to do with him. He was just a innocent bystander.
mm.
Probably at a strip. Let me not say that, but
Oh wow.
probably,
Damn.
probably,
Damn.
probably somewhere where shit happens. I mean, he was
Yeah.
definitely somewhere where niggas shoot.
Yeah. But receivers probably what they need. Cause I mean, like you say, they're tight end is cool. I think Schultz is cool. I don't think engineer was a big fan of Schultz, but I think Schultz is all right.
He's okay.
Um and then like you say, mixing is still got
Yeah.
some juice.
Still got some
You
juice.
know,
He wore,
Collins.
he wore
Your
down late last year, but
your
that's,
quarterback is shot like I
and
mean,
then the mainstay for the Texans and to for Devin Price, the mainstay for Seattle. They're both on the defensive side. They got
yeah,
defensive head coaches, so
yeah,
like the defense, is going to be sturdy. So for both Seattle and um, Houston. So
shit. But going over Seattle, I mean, shit, they might be all right.
yeah,
Those motherfuckers might be all right.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Orlando Penny back in the building.
Back
Welcome
in the
back,
building.
Orlando.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Hey.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
But yeah, no. It's Seattle's gonna be all right. Their only threat, I think their only true threat,
their engineers cold blooded, man.
only the only true threat in the NFC West is the Rams. Because the Rams are they're
Yeah,
going for
they still are legit. Yeah.
Shout out to
yeah.
them LA Rams.
Hey, like he said, he Schultz runs like he's in molasses. Our boy Abe used to say he run like he got a piano on his back. Hey, but you know, So draft Thursday. Thursday. Y'all come fuck with us, man. We're gonna
Yeah,
have
yeah.
have a good time on Thursday for the first round of draft.
We talked about the Shador situation too last week. I'll try to just throw that up there as a little appetizer to get stuff going. Probably make it a shorter version to
yeah.
remind folks what we said about that. See if it'll
Now he's
drum up
starting
some
to hear.
conversation.
I think he went and worked out for the Giants, and now the
Yep.
Giants are back
I
on the
got
board.
before
And
we get out of here.
yeah,
Since I did mention, I got to ask y'all, what do y'all think about Colorado retiring his jersey? And they retired
Travis Hunter.
his jersey and they retired Travis Hunter's jersey.
Hey, and I'll say this: like I said to a few people that was objecting to it, um, they could go back to Jackson State and get their jerseys retired there too.
They probably will,
Well,
But hold on, let me just say what I gotta say.
okay.
Because and a lot of people are pointing to the fact, oh,
even though they
Cordell
didn't
Stewart,
win.
Cordell Stewart never
That's
got
what I
their
was.
never
That's what
got
I was.
their never got his jersey retired. That's
Yeah.
not Deion Sanders' fault. But what I'm telling you is what they did for the economy in Colorado, what they did for the economy at the school, what they did for attendance at the
Look,
school,
look
for
at what
everything that they
Orlando
did.
Penner
Oh yeah,
says.
absolutely, absolutely.
He
Money,
said, and
yeah,
don't forget they brought in millions, and don't forget
and
and
millions.
millions.
Hey, it was, it was, it was. If you go back, I promise you, whether you're at Colorado or you're at Jackson State, when Travis and Shador played there, you can look back on that shit 20 years from now and tell your kids, "Hey, man,
Look,
what a time to be alive!" Type shit.
look.
Like, hey,
I
it
thought
was
I
different.
said, let me look at this shit. Well, Travis Hunter, there's definitely a stronger argument. He won the Heisman.
Heisman.
He won the Heisman.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And he was the defensive player of the year. Big
And
12
receiver.
defensive player of the year.
And
Yeah.
receiver.
So there's an art like a stronger argument for him. But then I look in the 2 years that Shador was there in Colorado, he's top 5 in passing yards. But this is up against guys who were there for 4 years. He's number 1 in touchdown passes. And that's up against dudes who were there for 4 years.
and check this out, DP. Let me tell you why. Because Colorado is a what's Eric Bieniemy type offense. We run, 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 run.
Eric Bieniemy went there. It's crazy.
Yeah. So you never saw the Showtime type of vibe that you got when Shador and Travis Hunter were there. So again, it's 2025. We playing by a different set of rules. I don't believe Caleb Williams should have got his jersey retired at USC because USC is a prestigious university, and he definitely didn't do shit at USC. But they retired his jersey, right? I'm saying what he did, what they did at Colorado for the economy, for the student body, for any building that's going to be built over the next 25 years
They'll
off
be the
the
most
money they
memorable.
made
They'll be two of the most memorable players there.
is the reason to get their jerseys retired. Just my opinion.
Okay.
It took my only issue is it took Rashawn Salam, a Heisman Trophy winner, 23 years to get his jersey retired.
I mean, people like that will be feeling some type of way. And a Cordell Stewart will be feeling some type of way. Like, I get it. You know, there's
Hey,
gonna be mixed reviews. So,
hey, Orlando, you say Shador is going to drop the draft, but if he falls to the Steelers, it's up. I don't see him falling past Vegas. I don't see it.
But I did say last week that if it's a possibility that if he does, that Pittsburgh would be a great fit for him. I think that's on wax from last week. Like, for
Absolutely,
sure. He
absolutely.
would be that'd
We
be a
spoke
good.
about it, and
Yeah.
that he's played in inclement weather, playing in
Yep,
Colorado.
you said exactly that. Yep, that's reminding me. Yep.
He's
That
playing
he got
outdoors.
all the way down to 21.
I don't see it.
Or the Steelers could make a move if they like him like that. They could make a move.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's possible.
Yeah,
Yeah, do
and
you love him?
have him sit behind Gino.
Vegas.
I said that last week too. That that Kirk Cousins opened the door when Atlanta drafted Penix at what was it 9 or 10,
Yeah.
and
9.
they had just given
Just gave him the
a
extension.
hundred a
I
hundred
mean
million.
the contract. Yeah.
Orlando, the Raiders aren't getting them. The Raiders are going running back. Ashton Genty, Raiders.
We'll see. I would say this.
They
This
they
this
need
is
to.
a this is a draft. This is a draft that you can. If I have a top 10 pick, I'm not using it on the running back in this draft.
So you don't think Genty goes top 10?
I'm sure he will.
Okay.
Again, anybody that's linked. So the Cowboys are at 12. There's two names for certain that are linked to the Cowboys.
Because if he drops out of that, the Cowboys are taking him.
Aston Genty and Ted McMillan, right? I believe both of them will go inside the top 10 just because they're linked to the Cowboys. But what I'm saying is if you're the Raiders at 6, you have needs that you can address. You can go get a running back in the second round.
That's a good question. Would you take Genty or Jonathan Taylor for a win now?
Raiders not in win now mode.
But I would go Jonathan Taylor.
No. Why? No. But that's what I'm saying. If you're not in win now mode, don't blow a top. You have a 6 pick. You can go get you one of the Ohio State running backs on day 2.
Yeah.
You
I
can
mean,
hope
if
you
they
can hope that
I'm saying the question is Genty and Taylor.
like we've been saying,
I'm
it's
just
like
saying as far as that goes.
yeah. I'd probably say Taylor.
I'm going Taylor.
Yeah.
But what I'm
I'd
saying
probably
is the Raiders are not in a win now mode.
Yeah, but he's I think he's a Orlando, are you for the Colts or are you a Raiders fan?
Yeah, John definitely lost credibility.
Hey,
You know, that sorry son of a gun. The next week, I played against him, and I think it was for me to lock
Yeah,
up like
I thought he was a Colts fan. My bad.
for me to lock up the 1 seed in my league, and I went against him, and the Colts wanted him to get his get back, and he ran for like 4 touchdowns the following week, and I'm like,
Yeah.
sorry,
Because
motherfucker.
this was a year where, well, last season was the season I expected him to just go crazy, and he did not.
So Orlando's talking about the Colts going after
Yeah,
Genty.
that's what I was saying. He's a I remember from last time I thought he was a Colts fan. So yes, he's talking about would you take Genty or would you would you roll with Taylor?
Okay, if I'm the Colts, I'm rolling with I'll take Genty
You
over
would.
yeah. You can release Taylor. Taylor's on the back. I mean, he's got 2 more good years in him, but Genty is on a rookie contract. You got him for 5 years before you have to re-up. And the way that the NFL chews up and spits out running backs nowadays, that may be it. He may have one contract, and then at the end of it, um, you don't have to pay him. There's only one team that I remember that was notoriously adamant about paying the running back early. Damn it, Dallas Cowboys. They paid Ezekiel Elliott 2 years early. Right? Remember when Zeke went to Cabo and was holding out after 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
They paid him, made him the highest paid running back, gave him a 5-year deal, some crazy shit like that, 2 years before, and that shit never worked out. But
Yeah.
they got him back, man. They it did work out. They would got him again.
yeah.
and to be clear, he's saying trade Taylor to a win now team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's
Yeah, oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah,
Um,
just reset the deck. Get you a, I don't know. Maybe you get a third. You get a third for Taylor
so essentially, that would be trading Taylor for Genty because he's like, if you trade Taylor and jump in the mix, for
A player.
one of the, one of those picks, you in a Genty
where the
sweepstake.
Colts where the Colts on the draft board? What number do they draft?
I have to
They
check.
are. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Damn, my man Kevin
14.
Fitzpatrick can't get a numbered draft order.
14.
Okay. At 14,
Yeah, they're at 14.
there'll be. I mean, you may get a Marion Hampton at 14.
Yeah,
Um,
and but if you're looking at NFL.com, their biggest needs aren't running backs, not one of them, but
for the
for
Colts.
the Colts. So it sounds like
Well, I mean, because they
or
have Jonathan Taylor, but if you're trading Taylor, you need to get something
yeah,
back.
but he's saying but what he's saying is you trade Taylor and then you get Genty. So that's like you would still be using this draft for a running back
Yeah,
if you do it that way. So I don't know.
Too bad
He's
they can
eight and
run it.
nine. Is that what they gonna be?
8 and 9. Shit, hey, that's middle ground. I mean, this year
Garbage
says
seed.
this year says that the Colts front office has been pretty vocal about getting a tight end. Well, you got the tight end out of Penn State that everybody has.
That's what they're gonna get.
Yeah, tight end is
They
listed as one of
they're
the
gonna
biggest
get
needs.
tight end for Michigan though. They're gonna go after Colston.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, again, well, that's assuming that was assuming that the Penn State tight end goes in the top 10.
He will. He'll go to the Jets.
That's a Jets type pick,
You talking about Tyler Warren?
but and we took Richardson at 4. Oh no, Sanders is definitely no
So
disrespect to Richardson, but Sanders with that Colts offense last year, you guys would have been a playoff team
so does Shador.
And there's some tight ends too. I don't know if y'all remember um the was it from Bowling Green? I think he was from Bowling Green, the dude Harold Fannin Jr. When we were talking about like sleepers, he was one of them that I had picked. This was like, man, when we first started talking about the draft initially, because and he tested well at the draft, and I watched that day with the tight ends. He was looking like he could be a surprise dog. So if somebody's looking for a tight end, he'd be somebody to look at, man. Harold Fannin Jr. Um, I think people have him rated around like the number 2 or number 3 tight end on the board. So, but I know you said Tyler Warren is who you think the Colts are eyeing, right? KP.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Jackson Dart, a lot of people have mentioned his name
Hey, we got the short up on Jackson Dart. I don't know if you remember that. This is a short. We got a short up on Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Like I kind of felt like people would start talking about him, and they have.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see how it plays out, But man, I can't wait. The draft is less than 4 days away. Um,
Just,
nice
just,
little break in NBA playoff basketball for some football stuff. Uh, and then next thing you know, it'll be training camp. So
Man, I will ask one last thing since we were talking about quarterbacks. Did staying longer pay off for Dylan Gabriel?
okay, timeout. Hey, timeout. Orlando, I got a call foul right here. I got a call foul. Say we got to stop. Hey, what's that movie where dudes say every day I got to come out here and fight for your love?
that's,
Like
that's
Dak
house
Prescott.
party.
Okay.
That's house party. Yeah.
Dak Prescott has been. Let me tell you all the people that are supposed to take his job. Okay, the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Then we
Mm-mm.
had Cooper Rush was going to take his job, right?
Cooper Rush.
Then they brought in Trigger Trey Lance was supposed to come in
Oh no, he wasn't supposed to come in and take his job.
and
Yeah,
say,
Trey
"Oh,
Lance never had a chance.
No, no,
no,
he.
no." I'm
Man, he
talking
didn't
about
have
based
a
on.
chance.
Listen to what I'm telling you. I'm talking about based on what the media was saying and what the fans were saying.
Were they? I don't remember that vibe around Trey Lance.
I'll say
Absolutely,
The
yeah,
I'll say
other
yeah.
people,
Rush. I'll say Cooper Rush, yeah.
I was hearing it about all the other ones though, for sure. I'll give you that. But Trey
Trey
Lance,
Lance,
I was just hearing like what I was hearing like what the fuck are they
What is
doing?
and that,
yeah, what is
Like
and that was Joe Milton. So here's the funny thing. Now keep in mind, Dak is 2 seasons removed from being the runner-up in the MVP voting. We all know how I feel about that. That Dak was cheated. He should have won MVP that year. They gave it to Lamar Jackson, who only had 27 overall touchdowns, including his rushing touchdowns. So I mean, but that's neither here nor there. Um, you know, he isn't typically asked to run like that. We had him running. He bust his hamstring. I think he'll be all right this year. Let's see how we attack the draft if we go after a wide receiver to pair with CD Lamb, and if we can get a running back uh, to lighten the
that's
load.
what the fuck they need to do with this draft. If they don't come out with a cool running back in this draft, I'm done.
you're done?
Not to, hold on. You talking about Dak's sorry ass performance against the Packers
Yeah,
here, or are you talking about the defense that gave up 6 touchdowns in the first 7 drives? Which one? Because Dak couldn't play middle linebacker. Dak definitely couldn't play D tackle with his hamstrings the way they were. So where was Dak? So because I saw games where the Houston Texans offense sputtered out the gate and couldn't get it rolling for a quarter and a half. But guess what the defense didn't do? They didn't give up 6 consecutive touchdowns. So it gave the offense a chance to settle in. Okay, everybody, calm down. Let's go play football. But when you already down 21 points and we in the beginning of the second quarter, it's kind of hard for the offense to get going. But I know it's easy to blame Dak because he makes $60 million a year, which starts this year. He's the face of the Dallas Cowboys. Micah Parsons only has 1 sack in his playoff career. But hey, everybody loves Micah. He has a podcast. He comes out here and says all the right things.
Damn Orlando.
Is
This,
Dallas making the playoffs?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Hey man, as a Dallas fan these days, man, I just kind of go into the seasons kind of
Yeah, it's
just
tough because
vibes. Hey,
yeah,
If
man,
you gotta see how Washington is looking.
if 3 teams ain't going out the NFC East, Dallas ain't going.
Well,
see,
well, that's what I'm saying. To be a shoe in, I think you got to win that division. You have to. But
hold on, guys.
but
Everybody,
well,
I
let me
don't
say
think
this. Let me say this, dog.
okay.
But earlier I just said that you got some teams that are having down years. San Francisco being one of them, who's usually one of those contenders. So that opens up a spot. You know
if,
what I'm saying? So it's possible.
if Dallas is going to be active, but they're not.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what I'm saying is,
But you get what I'm saying, though, Bong.
yeah,
It's like usually those spots are locked up. So
absolutely.
you gotta take the NFC East to like not even play around and possibly not be
The funny
in the
thing
mix.
is, everybody's so high on the Washington Commanders. They've arrived. They had a rookie quarterback. Now the NFL has a summer to study film on him.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy. And I'm going to come bringing engineer back into the mix. Your beloved number 7, CJ Stroud. After his rookie year, they said, man, he had one of the greatest rookie years ever. Wait till you see his encore. What happened that second year?
Mm.
Sophomore slump. Motherfucker, oh yeah, it gets real out here. So you know,
uh, uh, wait, hold on. Orlando, we keep having to say something to your ass. Orlando is in here getting busy with the shits. He like San
He's
Fran is a
trolling.
good bet to make play. You think so?
Nah, he's trolling.
no, I mean they're good. They're a well run franchise. They are. They are. They're going to make a smart move with the quarterback Brock Purdy. They're going to pay him, but he's not going to get paid top of the market. And
They
they're
got
going
to
to play
figure that
hardball
out.
with him. They're going to play hardball with him because they're going to tell him like, "Hey, buddy, we see what you look like when when Voltron, you know what I'm saying, is not fully formed.
Yeah.
So if you want us to go bring in some more pieces, some other players that's gonna, maybe we can go out there and sneak and try and get our hands on the Tyreek Hill for you to pair with Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk, who's going to be recovering from an injury, and Ricky, what's the Pearsall, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Who's
Mm-hmm.
going to eventually have a breakout season, hopefully next year. But in order for us to go get some pieces to make sure that you stay lit, you're going to have to take a little haircut so that we can keep you on. Now,
Mm.
if Brock Purdy chooses to say I want to break the bank, which the white quarterback in America, man, they feel like, nah, we don't need to take everything, man. It doesn't. It's not. It's we want to do team friendly stuff. So I think his parents own a business. He comes from a little bit of money. Black quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's from Arizona.
Yeah, black
Mm-hmm.
quarterbacks be like, nah, buddy, I need the whole enchilada, the whole
Yeah.
thing. I
Well,
want it all.
Orlando, just to kind of throw my 2 cents in on this. Earlier, we were talking about improvements of Seattle. You know, San Francisco got to see them. We were talking about the Rams, who are still solid. San Francisco will have to see them. Like, it's not just gonna be a easy situation for them. Like, there's other teams who are improving, and they are kind of like,
Stagnant.
I won't
And
say stagnant. It's just kind of like questionable. Like,
also lost Debo.
yeah, I'm saying you're losing key pieces, dog. Like, you got to see how stuff is gonna come together. You know, and what you calling the Packers, Lions, Eagles, Rams, you calling all of those locks. Like, so, or you asking if those are locks? Packers, no.
Lions, no,
Lions, no.
no. Lions just lost both coordinators.
Lions, by virtue of their division, though.
It's the Packers. So
You think it's the Packers?
hold on, hold on, and Minnesota.
Minnesota, I don't know, because Minnesota
Minnesota
got to figure out the quarterback situation.
don't matter. They plug and play a
It don't
quarterback.
matter.
Don't
That
matter.
that does matter. Not
They're plug and play at the quarterback position because they have a coach that can coach up quarterbacks. I don't think.
I mean,
I don't think.
yeah,
I
but
don't listen. I don't think that. What's the guy's name that just went to Seattle and got paid all that money from USC?
Darnold. Sam
I
Darnold.
don't think. I
Sam
don't think
Darnold.
Darnold's going to have as good a year this year as he had last year with Minnesota. I think he was coached really well, i.e., how Jared Goff looked when he had Sean McVay, or how Jared Goff looked last year when he had the
Okay,
Ken Johnson.
has Seattle switched offensive coordinators?
No, I don't think so.
So Darnold is capable of doing what Geno Smith was doing.
Okay. Well,
I
I mean,
mean, I
we'll
would
see.
kind of put. I mean, wouldn't you kind of put that and put them in like the same tier of like kind of what they do? Get the ball out quick, West Coast style. Don't. I mean,
Okay, he said they.
They switched
they
last year.
switched last year, but I'm saying you saw Geno Smith
And and
in that system last
hey,
year, so you would be bringing Darnold into that system now. So
and
are we
DP,
saying that Darnold can't do what Geno Smith did?
DP, you said Gino said he wanted out.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, out of that
But
system,
no, he just wanted out of there.
out of that system with the offensive coordinator. Yo, Doe,
I don't think it was that
yo,
Bong.
Doe,
I
let
think
me
it
out.
was that shit is funny as hey, let me out.
Hey,
Let me out.
he whispered that shit the first time. Yo,
Yeah.
Doe, let me
Let
out.
me out.
You look back at him like,
Let me out.
yo,
Hey, that
Doe.
shit is funny as fuck. Hey, but uh, hey, that's classic. That was a classic. I'm talking about a classic line from you in this situation. But I'll say this: I don't think it was that though. I think like Devin was saying earlier, it was the money for one because they were trying to work on the extension, and then um, what's his name got out of there. Uh, fuck, I can't even. I know it's getting late. The receiver,
DK Metcalf.
Metcalf. Yeah,
Yeah,
DK Metcalf got out of there,
yeah.
and Tyler Lockett got out of there.
Mm.
So they were already breaking up, and Geno Smith was probably just like, "Man, fuck it, I'm out." Yeah, thank you, Penny Metcalf. But yeah, so I'm saying like,
We'll see. I mean,
and I'll just say that because we talking about Orlando said that Shanahan will scheme up some wins. So I'm thinking about the scheme like Seattle scheme. I think it's
and I and I think
I
that if you have Aaron Jones as the running back, you have um, Justin Jefferson, you have Addison, you have the tight end. Like you can't scheme up some wins with those offensive weapons.
yeah.
Okay, I think Minnesota, out of all three of the teams, or so how many? What's the fourth
But
team
but
in
the,
the North?
but why would you say that? But like turn your nose up to the Lions.
Because I don't think Jared Goff is a good quarterback.
But look
That's
at
what
what
I'm
they've
saying.
done though. But look at
He's
what they're
saying it based
doing.
off the offensive coordinators.
Thank you. He was
That's,
with his
yeah.
best years were with. Hold on. Now just hear
JP,
me
I
out.
hear you. I hear what you just said.
Hold on.
Look at
Hear me
what
out.
they've done though. They're
Who?
still winning.
Who?
The Lions, as
No,
far as it
they just
No,
lost the
we
offensive
just
defensive
lost the
coordinator.
offensive and defensive coordinator just now. We won't know what
Yeah,
that looks like until next year.
okay,
Ben
okay,
Johnson
I
just
feel
took the
you.
job
Okay.
in
I feel what you're
Jacksonville,
saying.
and Aaron Glenn took the job with the
Yeah,
Jets.
I got you. My bad. I was
His
I get what you're
his
saying.
best
No
his
doubt.
best years were with Sean McVay in the Rams. Sean McVay literally said, "I can do better than you. I'm going to send you away and go get Matt Stafford." And he won a Super Bowl. He comes to Detroit. He has
Yeah, but
a
that's Matthew Stafford. Motherfuckers be acting. Motherfuckers got to put respect on Stafford's name too. They be
hear
acting
me
like
out.
Stafford ain't shit.
man, you
No,
just
no, no. But
see what you
Stafford wasn't shit before he came to the Rams. He was a stat stuffer. He had Megatron, and this motherfucker never won a playoff game. So I'm not putting no respect on Matt Stafford's name.
His abilities. If you're talking about him versus golf, you said he was talking about I'm gonna just go get a golf. I'm gonna get a Matt Stafford. Are you saying you would take golf over Stafford?
No, 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 no.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying that Sean McVay identified a skill set in
Correct.
Stafford and said,
Right.
I can win with him. But what I'm saying is Matt Stafford hadn't done a fucking thing with
But
his
it
whole
could be the flip flop of what you're saying when you surround him with more than just
Megatron
Megatron
top
and
receiver in
competent
NFL history.
coaching and stuff like that. Look at what he did.
yeah.
But
Like right then and there. What does that say about him too?
what I'm gonna say this about Goff. Goff came to the Lions. He had a rocky start. Ben Johnson comes over as offensive coordinator. They simplify the game for him the same way that Sean McVay did. If you're not going to bring in somebody that's going to simplify the game for Jared Goff, and that's why I keep trying to tell people that they get these quarterbacks, and like Orlando Penner said earlier, hey, get rid of Dak. Let's calm down, because when you see a Jared Goff with a high powered system, because they've surrounded him with the pieces and coaching, just remember the Cowboys never had two things at the same time. They'll never give you the full, whatever you working with, you working with half a closet, right? Nigga got shirts, no pants. Motherfucker got shoes.
Kool-Aid, no sugar.
Right. You dig? So
I never got two things that match.
so the jury is definitely out on
Eating that dry
the
cereal.
jury is definitely out on the Lions. At this point, the jury should be out on the quarterback from Green Bay,
Love.
Jordan Love.
We
The
did,
quarterback
yeah.
should be out on his health. That motherfucker can't stay healthy. He's been injured in his short career a few times.
Yeah.
So, and his receivers stay injured.
And got paid.
He got paid. He got paid off
Friday
of
night.
he got paid
Friday jumping.
Hold on. He got paid off an 8-game sample, right?
Right. And we were saying is that we asked a question about, was it too early to give him that money?
Hold on, man. Let me see. Engineering Orlando over here going crazy in the chat. Okay.
The fact that Stafford survived the poverty lines years and didn't get Andrew Luck is impressive. Correct.
Yeah.
We got, at what point are we at where Herbert, Lawrence, Tua are on the trading block?
I'll say this.
Tua and Lawrence.
Tua should have been gone already.
Herbert.
I'm not putting him on the trade.
Herbert, I'm not. I'm not necessarily going to say that about him. The other two, though.
No, but look. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If Lawrence can't get it done after this year, so now remember who they just brought in.
Lawrence looks like a Disney character, dog. Like a drawn up, like a Disney character. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, even though he says Duval like Duve, the press conference when Ben Johnson got introduced for Jacksonville, it's like Duval.
Oh shit. Man.
But I'm saying this: if Lawrence can't succeed under Ben Johnson, it's time to get rid of him. He came in with more hype.
Orlando. If Herbert has the skin tone of Jalen Hurts, this combo is different. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I cannot disagree with you there. Cannot disagree with you.
Oh shit, my bad. I'm this whole time, thank you. And I'm big tripping, engineer. I don't know why. Cause I'm looking at him like this motherfucker, the face I had in my head did not look like Ben Johnson. Liam Cohen.
Yeah, Johnson took that head coaching job.
They're both head coaches, but Cohen went to Jacksonville. Ben Johnson went to Chicago with Caleb Williams. Liam Cohen came from Tampa Bay. He was the Tampa Bay OC that he interviewed with Jacksonville, or turned down the interview with Jacksonville, but went behind closed doors and told him, if y'all want me, I got to fire the general manager. They got rid of the general manager, and then he came in and took the head coaching job. I don't know why the fuck I kept saying Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's with Chicago. Yeah. So this rant I've been on for like 5 minutes has been bullshit. But
Orlando, I will address this clearly. Like, I think you are correct in this. It is one of those things. The leash is a little bit shorter. Thankfully, you had your boy Jalen Hurts go ahead and get that dub. So the chatter about him should should be a little bit. The volume should be turned down a little bit lower, but let them lose some games and it'll go up again. That's just how the world works. But Herbert, yeah, I think he's getting a little more leeway. Now, will that change because you have a former quarterback and a well-respected head coach there going into his second year with the Chargers? I still call them San Diego, which shows you how much I like them, the San Diego Chargers. So we'll see, man. I don't know if I would say after this year, if he doesn't perform well, particularly him at the quarterback position, if he doesn't perform well, then there's gonna be some
It's
shit talking.
but it's in the playoffs though, because he had a great season this year. The regular season was good. It was the postseason where I think he threw in his one playoff game. I think he threw more interceptions in the playoff game than he threw all season. So he had a great season. Jim Harbaugh is not going to run. He's not an air it out type of coach.
Yeah, he's old
He wants
school
to run the
balance.
ball.
Yeah,
Exactly. He wants to
yep.
run the ball, play hard nosed defense, keep the ball out of harm's way. He should be given a pass over anything that happens with Jim Harbaugh, just because he's not going to be able to show his true skill set, because Harbaugh's not going to put the ball in the air like that. You
But
got
even with his ability though, and how everybody because they rave about him, I'm saying with his ability in the instances when he does get the opportunity to drop back and throw,
yeah.
he should be darting that motherfucker bullseye
Well,
because there's not a lot of, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're not putting the pressure on your shoulders to say, hey, take us to the mountaintop.
yeah, that's true.
It's like,
I mean, hey, listen, we done ran over. A little bit over 2 hours, but man, we'll get back to that football shit on Thursday, man.
yeah, for sure, for sure,
For sure,
for
for
sure.
sure, for sure.
Hey,
Hey.
Bong, when you take us out, you gotta tell us tell the folks what we need them to do. You know,
Engineer, man. First of all, welcome back,
yeah.
engineer.
Welcome back.
Please like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Mm-hmm.
The 3+1, formerly known as the Holy Trinity.
Ah, okay,
Appreciate y'all for fucking with us on this Monday night.
for sure.
I see
Monday
y'all.
night
See
slash
y'all Thursday.
Tuesday morning.
Thank you.
See
All
y'all
right, y'all.
Thursday.
Two peas in a bong. We